Hey everyone. Today I'm going to share something really personal with you. Something that completely changed my life. Maybe you've been through something similar. Maybe you're going through it right now. Or maybe you're just wondering what it would feel like. This is the story of how my boyfriend and my best friend betrayed me at the same time. The day I discovered they were having an affair behind my back. I never thought I'd make this video, honestly. Sharing something this intimate, this painful, it's not easy. But then I thought, maybe my experience, my feelings, could help someone else out there. Maybe someone's going through the exact same thing right now, wondering, how am I going to survive this? So here I am, because I know these stories need to be told. Not just the pain, but what comes after, how we pick ourselves up. Let me take you back to where it all began. I met him in college. Jake. I don't mind saying his name anymore, because he's the one who should be ashamed, not me. The first time I saw him, my heart just raced. You know that cliche feeling of, is this what love feels like? Yeah, that exact feeling. He was charming, outgoing, full of dreams. At least that's what I thought. We were together for almost 2 years, and I really loved him. So much that he was in all my future plans. We talked about moving in together, getting married, even baby names. Sounds crazy, right? Maybe. But I was in love. Blindly in love. I remember how he used to text me good morning every single day. How he'd bring me coffee when I was studying late. How he'd hold my hand and tell me I was the most beautiful girl in the world. God, I believed every word. Sarah and I had been friends since middle school. She was like my soul sister. We knew each other so well that sometimes we didn't even need to talk to understand what the other was thinking. We shared everything, our secrets, our dreams, our fears. When I cried, she was there. When I celebrated, she celebrated with me. She was my safe place. Things I couldn't even tell my family, I told her. We had this ritual every Friday night. We'd get together, order pizza, watch movies, and just talk about everything and nothing. She knew all my insecurities, all my hopes. She was the sister I never had. When I introduced Jake to her, she seemed so happy for me. You guys are perfect together, she said. Finally, someone who makes you truly happy. I should have paid more attention to the look in her eyes when she said that. But I never would have suspected anything. Never. Those were the golden days, you know. I felt so secure, so loved. I had the 2 most important people in my life, and I thought I was the luckiest person in the world. Jake and Sarah got along great too. Sometimes the 3 of us would hang out together. Movies, picnics, just chilling at home. Sarah would always tell me how much she liked Jake. I wish I could find someone like him, she'd say. Looking back now, she had already found him, hadn't she? During this time, I never suspected anything. Because trust is something that, once you give it, you never think the other person will break it. I trusted them. Completely and blindly. I remember this one time, we were all at the beach together. Jake was teaching Sarah how to surf while I was reading under the umbrella. They were laughing so hard, having so much fun. I just smiled, thinking how lucky I was that my boyfriend and best friend got along so well. If only I knew. Looking back now, there were signs. Of course there were. But at the time, I didn't want to see them. Or maybe I was too naive to see them. Jake started getting more calls, more texts. Always said it was work stuff. And I believed him. Why wouldn't I? His kisses became more distant. His hugs felt colder. But I blamed it on stress, on his job, on everything except what it really was. Sarah started changing too. She wasn't calling as much, started saying she was busy when I suggested hanging out. But I thought it was normal. Maybe she had new hobbies. Maybe she was dating someone and just didn't want to tell me yet. One day, the three of us were having coffee together. I went to the bathroom, and when I came back, I saw them talking really close to each other. Their heads were almost touching, whispering about something. When they saw me, they immediately pulled apart. "What were you guys talking about?" I asked innocently. "We were planning a surprise for you," Sarah said with a bright smile. I just smiled back and let it go, because people who trust are always ready to be deceived. Another time, Jake had left his phone on the counter while he went to shower. It rang. Sarah's name on the screen. I thought it was so normal. Maybe they really were planning a surprise for me. Maybe. But something inside me started feeling uneasy. A feeling I couldn't quite describe. Like something was wrong somewhere, but I couldn't see what. At night, lying in bed, I'd sometimes think about it. Jake wasn't as affectionate as before. His "I love yous" sounded more like habit than feeling. But I kept making excuses. He's tired, he's stressed, he's going through a rough time at work. When I talked to Sarah, it felt like she was hiding something from me. She couldn't look me in the eyes like she used to. But again, I convinced myself, "You're being paranoid." One of our biggest mistakes is that we never think the people we love will hurt us, because we don't hurt them, so they won't hurt us, right? How wrong we are. I started having these weird dreams. Dreams where Jake was with someone else, but I could never see who. I'd wake up feeling anxious, but then Jake would kiss me good morning, and I'd forget all about it. Sarah started canceling our Friday night traditions more often. Rain check? She'd text. Always had some excuse. Work, family stuff, feeling sick. I missed her, but I didn't want to be clingy. And then came that day, March 15th. I'll never forget that date. Because it was the worst day of my life, but also the most educational. Jake and I were supposed to meet that day, but I got off work early and decided to surprise him at his apartment. I had a key. Nice touch, right? A relationship built on trust. When I opened the door, I heard voices. Jake's voice, and a woman's voice. At first, I thought it was the TV, but then, that voice, it sounded familiar. I walked slowly toward the living room. My heart was beating so fast I could barely breathe, and then I saw them. Jake and Sarah, on his couch, in each other's arms, kissing. Not just kissing, they were so intimate, so comfortable with each other. Time stopped in that moment. Like a movie frame, everything froze. Their moment, my shocked face, every detail in that room. I don't know how long I stood there. Maybe a few seconds, maybe a minute. But it felt like hours. This couldn't be real. This wasn't what I was seeing. This was a nightmare. I was going to wake up and everything would be normal. My first reaction was complete denial. No, this isn't what I'm seeing. This is a bad dream. I'm going to wake up and everything will be fine. But then Sarah noticed me. Her eyes went wide. She pulled away from Jake. She started to say, but the words got stuck in her throat. Jake turned around too, saw me. His face went completely white. This isn't what it looks like, he said. The classic line. It's not what it looks like? I screamed. My voice sounded so strange, like it belonged to someone else. Then what is it? Explain it to me. Sarah started crying. I'm sorry, she kept saying. I'm sorry. Jake couldn't even look at me. We were just, he mumbled. How long? I asked. My voice was calm now. The shock, I guess. 2 months, Sarah said through her sobs. 2 months. 2 months. 2 whole months they had been lying to me. 2 months of looking me in the face and pretending. 2 months of me trusting them completely. Something really strange happened in that moment. First, I felt nothing. I was completely numb. Then everything hit me at once. Betrayal, disappointment, anger, pain, sadness. All at the same time. Like thousands of needles stabbing my heart simultaneously. I started crying. Not just crying, sobbing. Like everything inside me was pouring out. Not just tears, but screams coming from deep inside. Why? I asked them. Why did you do this to me? The pain was physical. I actually felt like my chest was being crushed. Like I couldn't breathe. Like the room was spinning. Jake tried to explain. You're such a good person, he said. You're amazing, but what Sarah and I have is different. Sarah added, we didn't want to hurt you. This just happened. We couldn't control it. Couldn't control it? Like love was some kind of natural disaster. Like it was completely out of their hands. Didn't you love me? I asked Jake. I did love you, he said. But with Sarah, it's deeper. Deeper. A 2-year relationship, all our future plans. That wasn't deep enough. And you? I turned to Sarah. What about all those years of friendship? What about all the secrets we shared? What about being my sister? She just cried harder. I never meant for this to happen. But it did happen. And they let it happen. For 2 months. The week after that was complete chaos. I spent it crying at home. Couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. I ignored my phone because they were both constantly calling. My mom was so worried. What happened to you? She kept asking, but I couldn't tell her. How do you say, the 2 people I trusted most in the world betrayed me? For the first time in my life, I felt completely alone. Because normally when I was sad, who would I go to? Sarah. And when my boyfriend upset me, Sarah again. Now they were both gone. I kept replaying everything in my mind. Every moment, every sign I had missed. How could I have been so blind? After a week, this question came to my mind. Am I going to stay in this state forever? And at that moment, I made a decision. No, I wasn't going to stay there. If this was going to destroy me, I was going to save myself. The first thing I did was talk to them. One last time. But properly this time. I called Jake. Let's talk one final time, I said. But let's do it right. We met at a coffee shop. This time he was the one crying. I regret it, he said. I don't want to lose you. But you don't want to lose Sarah either, I said. You can't have both of us. He couldn't answer that. The conversation with Sarah was even harder. She was my best friend. She knew everything about me, including how much this would hurt me. I never meant to fall in love with him, she said. But you did, I replied. And you chose to act on it, behind my back, for 2 months. I was scared to tell you. Scared. We promised each other we'd always be honest. We promised we'd never let a guy come between us. She had no answer for that either. The healing process was the hardest thing I've ever done. Some days I felt like I was making progress. Other days I felt like I was drowning all over again. I started seeing a therapist. Best decision I ever made. She helped me understand that this wasn't about me not being good enough. This was about their choices, their character. I learned that betrayal trauma is real. It's not just being sad about a breakup. It's having your entire reality shattered. Everything you believed about these people, about yourself, about relationships, it all gets questioned. But you know what I discovered? I'm stronger than I thought I was. I started focusing on myself. I joined a gym, not to look better for anyone else, but to feel strong. I took up painting, something I'd always wanted to do but never had time for. I reconnected with other friends I had neglected because I was so focused on Jake and Sarah. They were amazing. They reminded me that not everyone betrays you. I started journaling, writing down my feelings, my thoughts, my progress. It helped me see how far I'd come. This experience taught me so much about myself and about relationships. I learned that trust is precious, but it shouldn't make you naive. I learned that love means respect, and respect means honesty. I learned that some people will choose the easy way over the right way. And that's not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their character. I learned that I don't need someone else to complete me. I'm complete on my own. It's been a year now. Jake and Sarah are still together. And you know what? I genuinely hope they're happy. Not because I'm some saint, but because I've moved on. Their happiness or unhappiness doesn't affect my peace anymore. I'm dating someone new now. Someone who knows my story and loves me anyway. Someone who understands that trust is earned, not given. But more importantly, I've learned to love myself. Really love myself. Not just when someone else loves me, but all the time. This experience taught me so much about myself and about relationships. I learned that trust is precious, but it shouldn't make you naive. I learned that love means respect, and respect means honesty. I learned that some people will choose the easy way over the right way. And that's not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their character. I learned that I don't need someone else to complete me. I'm complete on my own.